Hey, I'm back with another video another day. I'm finna be reacting to Daddy T. Daddy T at it again. For those of you who don't know what Daddy T is, I'm talking about Trump, the Trumpinator. Doing a lot, man, getting a lot of people's attention. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash that like button. We're gonna be reacting. Reporter asked Trump how he felt about running a third term if he went against Obama. He would lose. MAGA, I'm calling y'all out. He would lose in the debate against Trump. Obama would win in the debate against Trump. He would lose to Obama. 1,000%. 1,000%. I bet it. See, I don't know. It would be a good one though. They both go watch. Both Obama and Trump wanted the exact same things. They're the exact same kind of person. If you really look at it, Obama's just way more intellectual than he is. He's on the screen up here for you guys pointing up there, but he's way more intellectual than Trump is. But they both wanted the same things. Obama deported 3 million people. Like it was like between 2 to 3 million people. So he was big on deportation. He was big on immigration. Obama he bailed out the banks. Is what seems like Trump is doing right now. He believes in supply side economics, where you cut back regulations on businesses. You deregulate businesses, and then you get tax cuts to the rich. That's kind of what Obama did in a sense. He gave tax cuts to the banks and bailed out the banks so that the banks could bail out the rest of the industries. The same thing Trump's on. You know what I mean? Like a lot of billionaire buddies in his office too. Like they both were about the same thing. That's why when they were sitting at that it wasn't a funeral. When they were sitting at that funeral where Kamala was at and all kind of stuff like that, I wasn't surprised they were talking. They both were focused kind of on the same thing. The American problem doesn't transcend across party aisles. I don't think it does. I think the American problem, each party knows what the problem is. They just have a different way of dealing with it. But I think there will be a lot of similarities when presidents, when they come in office and realize what the problem is. Anyways, let's hop right into that. I could talk on for days about this, but let's hop on for days. Let's hop on this, right? Anderson Cooper, let's get it.
The president spoke to reporters in the Oval Office this evening. He teased the sweeping tariff scheduled to take effect on Wednesday, but did not offer many details. He was also asked about a third term in office.
If you were allowed, for some reason, to run for a third term, is there a thought that the Democrats could try to run Barack Obama against you?
I'd love that.
For his third term?
Boy, I'd love that. That would be a good one. I'd like that. And now people are asking me to run, and there's a whole story about running for a third term. I don't know. I never looked into it. They do say there's a way you can do it, but I don't know about that. But I have not looked into it.
President Trump today downplaying his own comments about running for a third term. But over the weekend, Trump said he's actually not joking about it. So is a third term laughable or a possibility? Well, let me ask what you all been thinking. Can he do that? Well, the Constitution makes one thing clear. He can't be elected to a third term. Look at the 22nd Amendment. No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice. There's that word again. Elected. Now, Trump's supporters, they're highlighting that word. So the question is there another way he could become the president without actually being elected? Well, Trump can't run again, but his Vice President J.D. Vance can. Imagine a scenario where Vance runs for president and flips the ticket. This time it is Trump who is Vance's running mate. And if Vance wins, he could resign and then hand the presidency back to Trump. Even Trump suggested it. But then shut up.
Oh! Oh! Oh my God, man. Wow. Wow. That just blew my mind. That just blew my fucking mind. Whoa. Oh my God. This shit'll never stop, man.
About the 12th Amendment. It states if someone is constitutionally ineligible for the presidency, well, they can't be the VP. So Trump couldn't be anyone's running mate, it seems. But then, say Vance wins with a different running mate, and then that VP resigns, well, the 25th Amendment says the president can choose a different VP, and as long as Congress gives the thumbs up, well, could that be Trump? These are all hypotheticals. And even Senate Majority Leader John Thune said that Trump can't serve another term without, quote, a change in the Constitution. And they could change the Constitution, but it's no cakewalk, my friends. You gotta pass 2/3 of Congress, ratified by 3/4 of the states. The longtime Trump ally Steve Bannon has a response to that cakewalk. We're working on it.
We want Trump in 28. That's what they can't stand. A man like Trump comes along only once or twice in the country's history. Right? All right. Hold on. Hang on. What do we have to do to get Trump 2028? We gotta show up and stay loud. Exactly. We gotta maybe work the Constitution too. Although I think there's a way to slip through there, but you never know. I'm a firm believer that President Trump will run and win again in 2028. You know he's term limited. How do you think he gets another term? We're working on it.
I wonder if Honeybook has any new clients for me today.
I wonder where my best leads come from.
Now, Applebaum, staff writer for The Atlantic and the author of the piece just...
But she just gave, technically he can get another term. Holy God. Oh, man, this is actually incredible. Yeah. Is it that, like, let's just see what he does, man. I'm not gonna count him out. We still got 4 years. So let's just see. Let's see if the tariffs actually do a positive thing. I don't think they will, but I don't know. Like, they may be positive, you know. Maybe he might do something good, and then like a third term might be interesting to bring into him. But yeah, I don't think he's not going to get a third term because it would just be a lot to do that. But if they're working on it, let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can pull off.
Just out this morning, America's future is hungry, and I want to begin with what the president says he's not joking about. Why is it so difficult for people to believe he might be serious about seeking a third term?
Because we've all become very complacent about our Constitution, about the rule of law. We just assume these things will last because they've always lasted, and the idea that the president would actively seek to break the law and destroy the Constitution still seems incredible to Americans. And yet, we have a president who's breaking the law every day, abolishing programs mandated by Congress every day. Nevertheless, this radical change in our politics is something I think people are just overwhelmed by and can't accept.
That's why.
But keep in mind, in a sense, like Congress and the government kind of created this monster. Like I don't like that they don't want to take accountability for that. Like if Trump is a monster, the government created it through never sticking to their word on anything. Now you have a man who's signing executive orders that no one has a clue that he can't amend laws. He can direct laws to go certain ways, but he can't amend laws, right? He can't get rid of laws. It takes Congress to do that. He can't ratify the Constitution. Like she said, it takes 2/3. It takes 2/3 of the vote, and then it takes a certain percentage of the states to vote on it. So he can't ratify laws, right? No, he can't ratify he can't amend the Constitution. Within that all being said, he's sitting in that office and it still looks like something is happening. Like a lot of presidents who came along have not made it seem like things are happening. I know Biden did things for infrastructure. I know Biden did things to help the country. And I know before the stock market crashed, the economy was heading towards a better place. Inflation was getting under control. That stuff that's put in 3 years in advance. 3 years prior. I meant 3 not in advance, but prior. Biden was here 3 years prior. So he was getting it under control. It always happens like that. But, you know, here's what it is. I know y'all gonna jump in the comment section and attack that. Biden did a great job. There may be bugs on some of you mugs, but there ain't no bugs on me. Biden did a good job. Biden did a good job. Biden did a good job.
Piece I thought was so striking. I mean, it's out this morning, and in it, you talk about how one person who changed the Constitution to stay in power is Hungary's autocratic leader, Viktor Orban. And in your piece, you write about how much MAGA leaders admire him. What is it about him that they find so appealing?
I think what they find appealing about Orban is that he's someone who was democratically elected. He was a legitimate leader of Hungary. But when he won election for the second time, he was very determined never to lose again. And so he set about undermining, reshaping, destroying all kinds of Hungarian institutions, from the judiciary to the media to the civil service. to the universities. I think they particularly admire the way he actually destroyed a university. He did all kinds of bureaucratic changes to make the other universities essentially loyal to him so that he could have influence over faculty and programs. All those things are people who are power hungry and who dream of locking in the presidency and locking in the U.S. government for good, see that and then find something admirable. You know, Viktor Orban set up a kind of one-party state. It's very difficult for him to lose an election, and that's what they want too. And they're not actually all that, they're all not all that shy about saying it. And we heard Steve Bannon in the clips you just played saying more or less that.
And one of the things that struck me is the idea of the laws that were changed to make conduct that people would initially find illegal now to be in line with what he has changed the laws to talk about. And you write about how that America is spinning quickly in the direction of Hungarian populism, Hungarian politics, and Hungarian justice, but that means Hungarian stagnation, Hungarian corruption, and Hungarian poverty lie in our future too. So what kind of impact has Orban's rule actually had on this country?
They destroyed it.
And this is very rarely looked at. A lot of people,
They destroyed it, no duh.
People have written about Orban's language about immigrants, about his defiance of the European Union, about his role trying to support Trump and other European far-right political leaders and political parties. Not that many people look at what actually happened in Hungary, and what happened in Hungary is that it became one of the poorest countries in the European Union. It's stagnating, very poor health care, very poor education. A lot of Hungarians leave the country, especially educated Hungarians. There's a problem in some Hungarian hospitals because so many doctors have wanted to leave. It's a stagnant country. There's about between a fifth and a quarter of the Hungarian economy is now dominated by companies who have direct links to the prime minister. Many of them are led by his family members. His son-in-law has become particularly wealthy, but other members of his family have as well. Those are companies that exist because of their relationship with the state. They're not entrepreneurial. They don't have normal business practices. That's a big weight on the economy. And also the gradual deterioration of the rule of law scares off other companies. I mean, people who really want to do business or want to make money stay away from Hungary because of the corruption, of the political pressure. I mean, you can't really exist there, even as a foreign company, unless you have some crony-ish relationship with the state and with the ruling party. And over time...
Okay, I get what they're trying to say, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. I don't want to compare Trump to that off the rip. You know what I mean? Like, there are similarities, but that guy's an autocratic leader. Trump's not going to get a third term. Our laws are set in stone. There's nothing he's going to do about it. And I think in 2026 we're really going to see the same reaction that we saw in 2016 when he won, and later on the Democrats started making it more complicated because they started winning more seats. He's becoming more and more unpopular in the polls because people are uncertain about what he's going to do. The more and more unpopular that he becomes, the more and more seats that are going to win, the harder it is going to be able to get his points across, the easier it is going to be for a new president to come in 2028. I do think, though, somebody like Trump, what I like about Trump is, like, I feel like the country is somewhat, it's like I can't even say that. It's like there's a sector of the country that's really upbeat about this, and there's a sector of the country that's really pissed. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know what to think of it, But Biden did a good job. Hopefully Trump does a good job. I think he did a good job in 2016 keeping the car moving after Obama's economy came in after 2008 and all that stuff that happened. Obama fixed the economy, then gave it to Trump, and then Trump, all he had to do was keep the car moving, and he did. I think he did a good job with that. So, anyways, we'll get out of here, y'all. Peace.